14 years ago in 2005, the Sport Australia Hall of Fame introduced the Spirit of Sport Award. It was an award for something that takes your breath away, inspires, something that will become part of Australian sporting folklore. It's not awarded every year. In fact, it's at the discretion of the Sport Australian Hall of Fame board. And so far there have been 6 recipients. Mackay Diva, 3 Melbourne Cups. Jessica Watson single-handedly sailed around the world. Before her, the Melbourne Cricket Ground, the heart of our sporting nation. Black Caviar, Miss Perfection, 25 starts, 25 wins. Mick Fanning and Julian Wilson for bravery and mateship. And Luke Beveridge at the end of that grand final when he handed over that medal to the captain that couldn't play for his generosity and his mateship and his sportsmanship. And tonight, we're about to induct a 7th.
In the pantheon of the Australian turf, few racehorses have touched the nation as much as the mighty mare Winx. Her phenomenal achievements raise her up. 4 Cox Plates.
Cometh the hour! Cometh the legend!
The Epsom Doncaster Double.
Oh, the mighty mare!
3 Queen Elizabeth Stakes.
Long live the Queen! Winx by...
A world record 25 Group 1 victories and an historic 33 consecutive wins. She wasn't just great, she was great for a long time. Throughout her brilliant career, there were 4 pillars. Winx, of course, an incomparable champion. Jockey Hugh Bowman, who gave willingly to the public, but always made the well-being of the horse his first consideration. Trainer Chris Waller, a man of emotion. He shared his wild ride and did so much for Winx to become a people's horse. And the 4th pillar, managing owners Peter and Patricia Tighe from Magic Bloodstock Racing, together with Debbie Capitas and Richard Trewick. The story is richer for their generosity. The Winx legend embodies so much that is good about sport, and the Sport Australia Hall of Fame is acknowledging that by bestowing its Spirit of Sport Award on Team Winx. The award sets out to recognise achievements that capture the hearts of the nation. It is for a performance that is very special. By any measure, Winx was simply the best.
So, ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome Team Winx to the stage? Owner Deb Capitas, along with Andrew Williams and James Tighe, representing Pat and Peter, who are in Hobart tonight from Magic Bloodstock. Rick Trewick, representing his father Richard. Trainer Chris Waller and jockey Hugh Bowman. And I'd like to also ask the chairman of the Sport Australia Hall of Fame, Mr. John Bertrand, to come up to, I said induct, they're actually being awarded tonight. Good to see you, Deb. Where's that dress, Deb? That's all right. Chris, Hughie, Rick, great to see you. John, it's over to you.
Well, it's our great pleasure. The Spirit of Sport Award is something that's very, very sacred to this Hall of Fame, the Sport Australia Hall of Fame. It's, as Bruce said, it's not given out lightly. The way this organisation captured the hearts and minds of our country is something that we'll never forget. My congratulations. The way you did it, the way that you, the passion and the commitment, the outrageousness. The whole thing was just a fantastic box of something that again captured this country's imagination and heart. So our congratulations on behalf of the Sport Australia Hall of Fame.
I'll grab that, John. So, Rick on the end, his father, Richard, is an owner of Winx, not well enough to travel tonight, a wonderful man. James and Andrew here, their mother and father are in Hobart tonight because Winx has won the Australian Horse of the Year for a record 4th time. So that's why they are there, here tonight, representing Magic Bloodstock, Hughie Bowman, Chris Waller, and Debbie Capitas. Deb, where is the dress tonight, the one that you always wore?
safe in the wardrobe at home. It's a little bit threadbare, I'm afraid. Saved me a fortune, but it's a little bit threadbare.
We loved it. And the purple hair, you've got that going.
Oh yeah, that'll stay for a while yet.
Can I ask you and Huey and Chris, when did you realise that this mare, this filly, meant so much to so many people?
It's hard to put an actual time on it because from when she started the street, it just kept building. But I would have to say that to get past just the racing public, it was in her autumn after the first Cox Plate, and you would have people coming to trials to see her. That doesn't often happen. So that's when I noticed it, but it just kept building. It's really hard to put your finger on a point.
Chris, for you?
For me, I guess, yeah, the winning sequence grew and grew and grew, but all walks of life started to follow her, well, first of all, the sporting nation, and then general public jumped on board, and then it's travelling around the world, this following but behind a horse. And we're all so proud of our sports, and it's such a privilege to be here tonight. But Australia and New Zealand and how they get behind their sporting athletes and then turn to a racehorse, and to see all these great sporting people turn up to watch her, from prime ministers to you name it. Every walk of life was following Winx, and it just took the momentum to a whole new level, and it was very special for our sport.
Bruce, I'll be honest, it wasn't until after she retired that it really hit home to me just how much this horse meant to everyone, or so many people in so many walks of life. It wasn't until I was able to decompress myself somewhat and then realise that everybody I spoke to, no matter what they did, stopped to watch her race no matter what day. And then my friends would say they go to a pub in Dunedoo, or they go to a pub in Mornington, or somewhere in Adelaide. All over the country, pubs and TABs were full of everyone just stopping for half an hour to go and watch this mare race. And it wasn't until after she finished racing that I started to have these conversations, and it really hit home just what a special horse she was to so many people.
Chris, you travelled up Royal Ascot with Her Majesty the Queen this year. I mean, she did apparently say to the Governor-General, why isn't Winx at Royal Ascot? Did she ask you as well?
Yeah, well, that was the power that Winx had, getting a message from the Queen after she raced. No doubt there's probably sporting people in here too as well, but that's the length that Winx went to, and it was more than just the Queen, of course. It was just the general public, and they warmed to her as they have in the greats of the years gone by, your Far Laps that we can all read about or watch the movie. Just touched so many lives.
And Debbie, I've got to ask, where is she? Has she been served by I'm Invincible? What's happening with Winx right now?
Well, actually, she's just adapting to life in the paddock, and she's doing a good job at that because she's a professional in whatever she does. Yes, it's been stated that she's been covered by I'm Invincible. We're still waiting to get whether she's in foal or not. That's only time will tell. But she's happy. That's the most important thing. And thank you for tonight. This is just the most amazing honour.
Well, let me finish. I'll get in between you. Let me finish. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but on that final day, this is how we sort of saw it. This is how we saw the final day. She strode into the theatre of the horse, through the tunnel, onto the track, under the gaze of a huge crowd, all in blue and white. The Prime Minister strained to get a glimpse of her. And so many stood on the roads outside Randwick and peered through the fence to look at her go into the starting stalls for the last time. Many had travelled thousands of kilometres to see Winx in the flesh just once. Others had seen every performance. Her career is unfathomable. 4 Cox Plates, a world record 25 Group 1s, a world record $26 million in prize money, 33 consecutive wins, and now 4 Australian Horses of the Year. And through the generosity of the owner, owners, the trainer, the jockey, and the stable staff, we were allowed into the Winx family. So we had the same anticipation for every performance. And even more importantly, we were elevated like these people with her achievements. Team Winx, thank you. Winx, thank you, you little darling. That's it.